Hello everybody, I'm Bob Zima, frequent flyer to hell and back, and today I want to talk about the big M, motivation. So many of us want motivation. So many of us will report that we feel unmotivated, that we don't have the energy. We just need to try harder. And I'm here to help you understand what really fuels motivation. The posters, the videos, the podcasts, everything that focuses on motivation focuses on just that aspect of a rather cyclical process. It's sort of like talking about making a grilled cheese without talking about turning on the heat, buttering your bread, finding a great cheese. It's just sort of like you make a sandwich and then you eat it. It's a lot more complicated than that. Motivation isn't necessarily about trying harder. Motivation in some ways is about being smarter. So don't try harder, just be smarter. So let's look at that big process in which motivation is a part of that helps us get stuff done, that helps us achieve our goals. Motivation is really fueled by two things, and it's on either side of motivation. Because motivation, when we talk about being motivated, feeling motivated, what we're really talking about is behavior, right? I have the motivation to mow the lawn. I have the motivation to look for a new job. I have the motivation to get physically fit or find mental wellness through the development of psychological fitness skills. So motivation in and of itself is really a collection of behaviors that helps us achieve an outcome. And that outcome is one of the big fuelers, or is that even a word, one of the big fuelers? But outcomes drive motivations. Outcomes can also drag that motivation down. Hence, we say we're feeling unmotivated. What are we really saying? We're feeling hopeless. We're feeling despair. We're feeling lethargic. We're feeling like it doesn't matter. All that effort, all that energy doesn't matter. It's like me trying to pull a freight train down the track. I just don't have the energy. I don't have the ability. And that's because I can't see myself doing it. It's illogical to assume I'm going to drag a freight train down the track. And that's the other aspect of motivation, which is inspiration. If I'm inspired, if I believe in myself, my abilities, my skills, if I believe in the dream, the outcome that I'm shooting for, then I have faith. And when I have faith, I drive hope. Faith is the cognitive process. Hope is the emotive process. What do faith and hope drive? Motivation, or that collection of behaviors to get stuff done. What happens when we have faith and we have hope and we have those behaviors functioning efficiently, functioning effortlessly? We hit the outcomes we want. And what happens when we get what we want? We have more faith, which drives more hope, which drives more motivation. On the other hand, if I can't see myself doing it, I don't see myself finishing the lawn, I don't see myself enjoying mowing the lawn, I don't see myself having a good time at this party, I don't see myself ever getting that job I wanted, ever achieving that goal, what do I have? I have doubt. Doubt is the opposite of faith. What does doubt drive? Despair, sadness, the opposite of hope. What do doubt and despair and sadness drive? Lethargy. They drive behaviors. It's just a behavior of sitting on my butt, sitting on the couch, wishing that I could find the motivation to get going, when in reality, I'm not looking for motivation. I'm looking for inspiration. I want that inspiration. I need that faith. I need to believe in me, my dreams, my hopes, my goals, my abilities, because then I have hope. And that drives the behaviors I need to achieve the outcomes that I want. And when those outcomes occur, woo, like I said earlier, the whole system feeds itself. But if I lack that inspiration, I don't see myself accomplishing my goals. I don't believe in my skills, my ability. I don't believe in me. Then I have sadness and despair because I have doubt. Sadness and despair drive nothing. They drive a lack of motivation. They drive a lack, well, not so much drive a lack of behaviors. They just don't drive the behaviors that are going to help us achieve our goal. And then what happens? The outcome. What happens? We fall short. We don't achieve what we're looking for. And what does that do? That drives further despair because we have more doubt. Do you see how this works? So the next time you're not feeling motivated, find some inspiration. Find faith in you, your abilities, your skills, your dreams. Generate that hope and then go for it. Because even if you don't quite hit the target, even if the outcomes aren't quite what you want, guess what? You're still going to feel pretty good about yourself. You're still going to feel pretty good about what you've accomplished thus far. Yay! But if you have that doubt, that despair, you're going nowhere. Spinning your wheels in the mud or the snow. And then the outcomes, far from what you want. So again, when you're not feeling motivated, you're feeling look for that inspiration. Imagine yourself accomplishing those goals. Imagine what life will be like when you achieve those goals, because all you need is a little bit of spark. All you need is a little bit of inspiration to drive that faith, to drive the hope, to get your butt off the couch and to aim for, shoot for, and try to attain the goals that you want. Even again, like I said, even if you fall short, you're still going to feel a lot better because then you will have tried. And trying brings the system back to the inspiration piece, because when I try, I could see where I fell short. I can learn something. I didn't fail. I just fell short. So let me go back and enhance my inspiration, enhance my faith and ability, because now I can modify. I can make adjustments. I can try different things. And in having those things running around in my mind, I fuel that hope, which fuels those behaviors that drive motivation.